welcome again to Summit. Yesterday was May 29, and that makes it exactly 1 year remaining for this administration to end its term. So that means by this time next year, we'll have a new party, a new candidate as the president and governors and all the relevant positions in our democracy. You're welcome to the program. My name is Jumoke Michaels. Banji, good morning.
Jumoke, good morning, Jumoke. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
What you probably left out was the fact that yesterday was exactly 23 years. Okay, 23 years of uninterrupted democracy on our shores here in Nigeria. 23 good years. Democracy has been running uninterruptedly. And we're happy for that. We just pray we'll be able to celebrate 50, 100 years of uninterrupted democracy. We would not wake up one day. I'm praying very, very seriously. And I will not wake up any day to hear the martial music or whatever. I'm in charge now. No, it will never occur in Nigeria. So congratulations, Nigeria, that we have marked 23 uninterrupted years of democracy in Nigeria. You are welcome. My name is Banji Busari.
All right, so still talking about democracy, we are in a season of politicking and campaigning, and Nigerians are really, really looking forward to all the processes that lead to the 2023 election. And PDP has already kick-started that by holding its primary election on Saturday. And, well, we say they have set the tone for other parties' primaries. And so that's where we're going to be starting this morning. We're going to be talking about Atiku'S Emergence and talking about setting the tone for other party primaries. And to take that discussion, that first discussion with us this morning, we have Dr. Dayo Kayode, who's a political technocrat. You're welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure and good morning. And Ebaji, you know, I will never comment without having a question for you before you send your own barrage of questions to me. Like Jumoke said that yesterday was May 29 and blah, 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 blah.
23 years of uninterrupted democracy.
But is 29 not supposed to be a significant date in Nigeria, being the date that Nigeria moved away from military to civilian? Is it not supposed to be a significant that we should be celebrating?
Even though you are
not part of the people that was canvassing for June 12 to be recognized.
Even though you have told yourself today, to the interviewer today, I will answer your question. This administration, in its wisdom, has placed more priority on Democracy Day rather than the handing over day. And that was what informed this administration's decisions to shift Democracy Day from May 29 to June 12. And that has taken about 2 years now.
Yeah, but
so it is significant. Let us note it. Of course, in our various homes, let us celebrate it that democracy is running uninterruptedly. But democracy is much more significant than the handing over.
But the thing is this. Honestly, the thing is this, because most of the time I always ruminate upon this. When you're talking about Democracy Day, it has to be Democracy Day in terms of moving away from a particular kind of government which is not democratic but then if it's now being personalized, if it's now being allowed to revolve, yes, rest in peace, MKO Abiola. I see appreciating for what he has done in the Nigerian democratic system. But the issue is when this thing is now being revolved around a personality, don't you think somebody will come tomorrow again and legislate against it?
They don't take us back.
Don't you think so? It's a question. It's a question. It's a question for everybody to think about.
There was a lot of agitation for this June 12 to be.
Will another agitation not come up again?
No.
So you were part of the agitation.
Exactly.
Are you sure?
You just want to be controversial.
And then
I will never be part of that. I will never be part of that agitation.
Please don't take us there.
The agitation is not about celebration of any single individual. It's about democracy. What MKO stood for. I mean, the election was a watershed. That's June 12, 1993.
Yeah.
And
we all
it meant a lot to Nigerians.
To everybody.
So the recognition of June 12 is not just to celebrate MKO, but to recognize the
agitation of Nigerians
and the significance of
towards that free, fair, and credible election, the first in our nation.
So you now agree with the same
Yes, we are the same. We are on the same page. Now, yeah, just to shake your legs a little bit.
The issue at hand, to start with, Atiku Abubakar has for the sixth time run for the presidency of this country, and 2 days ago he ran for primaries of his party, and he came out victorious, 371, almost 50%.
With 102 votes.
Sir?
102 votes. He won Wiki with 102.
Yeah, okay, he led with 202. But what he scored was almost 50% of the entire votes. The entire vote was about 752, 750.
Yeah.
He alone scored 371. That's about 50%. The issue is, to start with, talking about the resilience of this man who has refused to give up. What can you say about the person of Atiku Abubakar?
Yes, I can only equate him with G.F. Kennedy, who also ran for, it's Kennedy now, who also ran for presidency of America for how many years, for how many times? Almost 6 times too, you know. And even the present president of Nigeria, retired Major General Muhammadu Buhari, ran for how many times before?
4 times.
4 times before he could win the election. And then when you now look at like you said, 50% of the delegates voting for him, that's to tell you is the level of acceptance within the PDP fold. And with what Nigerians are clamoring for now, I have to say, perhaps we're looking forward to His Excellency Abubakar Atiku becoming the next president.
I know it's not yet Uhuru. He has won. He's killed the first order.
Yeah.
I mean the first order of winning the primary. The primaries of People's Democratic Party, just like Jumoke said, has set to us
the pace.
The space for other political parties.
Yeah.
The primaries was less rancorous. There was no crisis. It came out clean. And nobody is crying wolf. Even the next person who thought he would actually emerge the winner, that's Nyesom Wike, has not alleged that
there was rigging or unnecessary activities there.
So what does that actually tell us about our maturity or the growth or development of democracy here in this country?
Number one, that is to tell you how matured PDP is now. Because when you even follow the way they had their convention too, you're going to see that it was glaring to everybody that that national convention was, peaceful and less rancorous, without any kind of acrimony from party members. And again, when you also look at the gladiators, the personalities involved in this last primaries, then you're going to give PDP kudos for being able to organize their house properly. In terms of, like Bukola Saraki, not even crying wolves as regards the conduct of the primaries. Even Wike, you know, and then even look at the style in which Tambuwa decide to step down for Atiku. Then you can see that yes, PDP really means business in this coming election. Now, what everybody is now looking for is PDP has set the pace. PDP has really set the pace as regards the last primaries, let us now see how other parties are going to come up with their own candidates. Are we going to see parties trying to harass people to step down for some others in terms of forging consensus? Are we going to see less rancorous primaries, presidential primaries, as we have witnessed with the PDP few days ago? I mean, a few days to come will tell.
All right, so are you trying to say that these PDP primaries where Atiku emerged as the flag bearer of the party is premised on a level playing ground, saying that the issue of zoning was jettisoned and it was just left open for whoever has bought tickets, you just come and try your luck?
Sure.
You understand? Does that show that it was a level playing ground?
It is true.
And it's what we should begin to practice and leave this issue of controversial zoning and you know, all these things.
Do you okay? What happened during that primary was nothing other than politics. And what is politics? Politics is all about scheming. Okay, scheming.
Who schemed?
Is
maybe the word it meant lobbying.
Because when you say scheme,
lobbying,
politicking, maneuvering. Okay, look at the way Bukola Saraki, Atiku, Wike, former Senate President,
Anyi
Payozanyi, went around the whole country. Do you understand? It is nothing other than scheming, trying to talk to delegates. It is nothing other than maneuvering, trying to sell themselves to them. It is nothing other than politicking, telling them, look, if you vote for me, this will happen, that will happen, and all that. And that is pure politics. We should always allow politicians to play politics rather than giving some other people undue advantage, rather than harassing some other people out of the way. Let everybody go to the field and then show your mettle. And thank God, Atiku said, no victor, no vanquished. He said every one of them as one, as a family under that umbrella. So we have, according to him, no option other than to come back again as a family. Yes, we have all gone out to look for our daily bread. I mean, I'm using that word daily bread sarcastically here now, okay, in terms of votes. We are looking to look out for votes. Now we have seen the number of votes have garnered, the number of votes you have garnered, the number of votes you have garnered as the leading candidate. Let us bring all those votes together. Let us bring all those votes together now as a whole to be able to win the next election as a family.
Now,
that is Ernest's interpretation of his speech.
Some people have also said that the result of this last primary, that's the one where Atiku's led to Atiku Abubaka's emergence, was a reflection of the monetary or financial capacity of the aspirants. That it was a question of who had the highest bidder, so to speak. That Atiku Abubakar actually outspent the others, followed by Wiki. And what you saw was a reflection of so much money sunk, or the money that went around the delegates. Do you believe money actually played any role?
The question I first of all ask you is this, and even the viewers, all over the world, is there anywhere they play politics without spending money? No. No way all over the world.
Spending money for
I'm coming. For whatever it is, that is one. Two, Wike is in government. I wouldn't join anybody to say UK is taking the state money to fight for positions in politics. Okay, some of them just left office. How many years ago? Atiku Abubakar left office. How many years ago? So even if he has spent money, where has the money come from? So we should ask ourselves those questions. Is this state money that he has spent, or his own personal money, or money given to him by
his friends?
His friends. All right, because there was I was privy to one particular advert whereby he was soliciting for fund, even from some of his friends. Okay, so these are issues we need to put together.
You have not addressed the issue. Was money actually spent to canvass, to increase the palms of delegates or not?
Who among them? Listen,
I'm asking you that.
Listen. I was not at that grant. I was not there. So whatever I'm hearing is what I'm hearing.
Because some people
whatever amount of money being spent there, I was not there.
People who go
so if to say I've been there, then I cannot say, Banji, each and every one of them spent so much. Okay? But I was not there. And the issue is,
I don't have any such information.
Whatever information anybody is saying is just hearsay. Can it be confirmed?
The FCC actually.
No, can it be confirmed? But yeah, we saw FCC on the convention grant. So whatever anybody is saying that somebody spent this, somebody spent that, somebody spent it, it's just hearsay because you were not there. Do you know which block that person belongs to? You don't know. So you wouldn't know what
so
is
as far as
informing.
Money did not give anybody an advantage over others.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, how will money give advantage? Everybody went there. Everybody had gone around the nation. Listen, Banji, listen.
Okay.
Each and every one of them, especially Atiku, Wike, Saraki, former Senator Ayin Payosayin, they have all gone around the country to mobilize. I knew when Wike came to this Lagos. All right? I knew when Wike came to Lagos. So all of them had moved around. So are you now saying they are moving around? It's just that the drill like that?
All right, if we are saying that
No.
PDP's primaries is actually is come and gone.
Look at it now. Where do you see them spray money there now? Do you see them spending money there?
Bros, it's alert. Leave that thing.
It's alert. Alert.
Yeah. All
But
right,
don't carry rumor. They were talking about dollars. How many of them are having dollar accounts? So where is that alert?
all right. So since we are saying that PDP has set the tone for other party primaries, are we saying that they should follow this same format? Let's talk about their format. Are we saying other parties should follow?
Now you see,
format?
each party has its own constitution. Even though each party is also to operate within the confines of electoral laws. Okay, but that does not mean that some other parties cannot come up with consensus candidates, just like APC did during their last convention, when they wanted to elect the chairman for the party. All right, but what I'm saying is, even when you want to go consensual, it has to be with each and everybody's agreement. Not that somebody will sit down somewhere and then call all of them and then be showing them their dossier. If you don't step down, look at this. If you don't step down, look at this. If you don't step down, we come up with this case against you or that case against you. But if you step down, this case against you will go down. This no, you are no more a robber. You are now a saint. Do you understand? Let everybody sit down and agree to that consensual candidate, not out of blackmail and all that.
Let's look at the emergence of Atiku. Is many people believe is linked to the stepping down of two aspirants. Tambuwa actually stepped down for him.
Yeah.
But before Tambuwa stepped down, Ayatollah also pulled out of the race. These are two people, big personalities from the north.
But sorry, sir. Let me quickly
have any impact.
Let me quickly chip this one in. Ayatu, was he able to traverse the whole country during that familiarity process? Was he able to? I'm not too sure. Tambuwa did a lot of work because it too moved around. Okay? And like I said, politics is all about maneuvering. If Atiku and Tambuwa can sit down and then weigh the options of, okay, if I step down for you, these are going to be the advantages for the party, not individual now, for the party. If you step down for me, these are these. The two of them will sit down, weigh it, and say, okay, I will step down for you. But then, nothing goes for nothing. Whatever has transpired between the two of them, I didn't know. But no doubt about it. Tambuwa and Ayatu stepping down for Atiku, especially Tambuwa, would have added some value to his winning the primaries.
Okay, you have any? Okay,
no, I need to transit.
No, we are not transiting yet. Let's look at the people at the bottom of the table. Yeah. We had the Atiku, Wike, we had the Saraki, who scored 70 votes. We had the Bala Mohammed, who had 20. Udom Mohammed actually had 38. Yeah. But we are looking at people at the bottom of the table. That's
scored zero.
That scored zero. That's former.
Don't measure.
Former governor of Ekiti State actually scored zero. Same with
so what is that portending?
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are saying money played no role, you see that they do not have. The people did not see substance in what they claimed they wanted to do in terms of their manifestos or their vision for Nigeria.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that Ayo Fashoshi also has his own style of doing things. He too might, I'm using that word might, have behind the doors step down for Atiku. This is party politics. Okay? This is party politics. So whether they have scored zero or they have not scored, at least they have participated. They were able to buy their 100 million naira.
No. 100 million for people.
Sorry, 40 million naira nomination form. So for that, I still give them kudos. For them even coming out is to show that they too they are brave. But in all, you know, I always want to put my destiny on the people. Where are the people standing presently with this? Some are saying, look, we need to go away from all these old clinical politicians and all that. Not for now. We can't do that for now. Because either we like it or not, clout is a major factor in politics in Nigeria for now. Clout. Who among us have gotten that clout? Or somebody, listen to me, okay. Somebody like Atiku, somebody like Tinubu, somebody like Saraki, somebody like, do you understand? But what we need to do as a people is to pitch our tent with either of them before they get to government, to be able to show them our needs and aspirations, give them policy direction, that when you get there, this and that are our requirements, and we are going to follow you. The moment they get there, that one will be at the back of your mind as some of the pivots of that government. Not that by the time they are now there, we now want to obstruct them with our need. No, it would not happen.
You listened to Atiku yesterday. Yeah. He actually read 5-point agenda, saying he was, if he's given the mandate, come 2023, he's going to unify Nigeria. That's the first issue. Then he's going to actually tackle this insecurity, bring it to the barest minimum, and he's going to solve economy. That's the problem with our economy, and so many more. Now, do you really believe he has the capacity, or he was just saying that to woo Nigerians, knowing well that Those are our real challenges. Do you think the man has the capacity?
Yeah, you see, my demand before now has always been a situational leader that will be ready to ensure a cohesive working Nigeria. And all of this that he said are embedded in it. Now, whether he will now do it or not is what I, as a person, doesn't have that crystal ball to be able to say yes. But we know what he did when he was the vice president. We are all privy to all the technocrats that he brought to government. We are all aware. He brought in people like Okojo,
he brought them.
He advised them. He assembled most of those technocrats.
Not his administration, but him. You are
is it not part of the administration? When we were talking about Idiagbo and the Buhari government the other time, were we not making reference to Idiagbo? We can also make reference to Atiku. He assembled most of those technocrats. And for me, I am very, very sure in this time around again, it will also assemble some new set of technocrats that will now set a stage of building a new foundation for the entity called Nigeria.
He looks serious, or is actually ready to hit the ground running?
But he has always been a very serious person. We knew him when he was with Baba Obasanjo.
Would you vote for him? You're keeping that to your chest.
But you know, we are not supposed to say it out. Who we are going to vote for, who we are not going to vote for.
All right.
But in my heart, I know that I am. Okay, let's leave it that way.
All right, so for Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu has already emerged as the flag bearer for the APC governorship. And
also, Jandor for PDP. Yes.
All right, so but the main question here is, what do you think are opposition's chances with him standing as the APC
You see,
candidate?
presently, Lagosians are looking for a new narrative in government in Lagos State. Just as they were talking the other time, Nigerians were talking the other that they needed change, and they brought in government of APC. So also in Lagos State, I mean, you can go out and sample people's opinion. Lagosians are looking for a new government in Lagos State. And if PDP can put his house in order, I can assure you, even with what we are seeing in Lagos State now, PDP is going to win. Is going to win coming election. I said if only
with the candidacy of
Jandor, yeah.
Jandor, that's
yeah.
That's that Dr.
Yes.
Adediro.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't you see the crowd he pulled out in APC? I mean, he's another serious-minded personality. So people are saying that he's a stooge of APC, that Tinubu has sent him to PDP. Can they substantiate that? For goodness sake, things that people cannot substantiate. I don't know why they talk about it.
So what would you talk about? What would you say about his antecedents?
What are his antecedents? He was in APC. Listen, he was in APC. He had his clout in APC. He wanted to do this. He was not allowed to express himself. And he said, okay, look, if you are not allowing me to express myself, I will go to another place where I'll be able to express myself. Just as some Nigerians cannot express themselves in Nigeria, and they travel out to a greener pasture. He has seen PDP as a greener pasture, and PDP.
Like Peter Obi pulled out at the last minute from.
Listen, I will come back. You will give me 1 minute to talk about that Peter Obi.
Time is up.
He has seen PDP as a greener pasture, and if PDP, as he is even trying to unite PDP, and that's to tell you that it's going to give APC a run for their time in coming election. As regards Peter Obi, Honestly speaking, I wept for the Southeasterners because Peter Obi has shown again that to trust an Easterner becomes difficult.
No,
This is somebody, listen.
I do not want
You might listen. This is somebody.
Is not allowed.
I said it's not about generalization. It's not about generalization.
You are
listen. We are looking like me. Listen. Somebody like me is looking at Peter Obi. Somebody like me is looking at Peter Obi to join hands with Atiku for 8 years. He will have been able to express himself. He will have been able to do this and that. To that extent, giving the Easterner opportunity come next election to lead. I was looking at Peter Obi as the next president from Southeast.
Have you
but
heard
now he has jumped. He
has said repeatedly that they will not play second fiddle. Have you heard that?
That what?
That they will not play a second fiddle this time around.
What do you mean by second fiddle?
They want to be president.
They want to be president. That is your
everybody cannot sit on that chair at the same time.
You cannot speak. You cannot speak for this standard.
But you know that I have sympathy for the Southeasterners. I have sympathy for them in becoming the next president of this country. But it's so unfortunate that insisted. It's not yet ripe enough to throw an Easterner up. But I'm sure we have to transition.
Thank you very much for your time and your thoughts on this program.
All right, so we'll go on a quick break and then we'll return with our next guest. Please stay with us.